I'm going to ask you a few questions. And my friend Ryan is right down the hall here in cell number 7. He has some headphones on, and he'll be able to hear your answers.
Get them.
What do you need help with? We heard that Whoa. The REM pod just blipped. Scared me. Is that you right there? Can you try and touch that again?
Will you? Ooh, something's touching my leg. Man,
Dude,
that
for
freaked
real?
me out.
Huh?
Something's touching my leg in here.
That's so weird.
Felt like something was trying to grab my calf. Ooh.
Are you in there with Ryan?
What do you want?
There were a number of murders held here.
All right, well, welcome to the former Williams County Jail and Sheriff's Department in Bryan, Ohio. This place was built in 1869. It was in operation for 130 years. From 1869 to 1999, I think, is when they sent the last inmate over to the CC&O building in Stryker.
Bryan was a pretty young town at that time, about maybe 25 years old. It replaced a log jail on the square, and it housed both male and female prisoners, anywhere from brothel owners to drunks to murderers. I've done a lot of research into continuation of consciousness after death and some writing on the subject, and I do believe that especially in places where there would have been high energy, abnormal energy, maybe tragedy is a good word, that does tend to store the energy. However it's done, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't think anybody does, but yes, I believe there's definitely energy here.
So one of the things that I have had happen frequently is this is the key closet in the furnace closet. But all these keys are original to the jail. I'm not really sure. I think some of these things are gone, so I don't really know. A lot of people have reported hearing this in the middle of the night.
Oh, wow.
And I always try to keep this pointed straight up and down, so that, because I've seen it where it's actually been turned.
Like someone's trying to get in the closet.
Right, exactly. So this was the interrogation room. I believe that that would have been where the two-way mirror was.
Okay.
And we actually have the buzzer here still that works.
That's awesome.
So this would have been where the inmate side of visitation was. And again, just a little small dark room, no lights, nothing, just right there.
No, please. No, please.
If you were once you were changed and everything, you would be brought in here, and this would be your initial holding area. They had two sets of bunk beds, one there, one here. And this was if you were like immediate access, like you were either just got in or you're about to get out, or you're about to go to trial, whatever. So yeah, there would have been 4. And these are some of the original mattress pads, pillows that were here.
I read an undated newspaper article that I believe dates probably to the 1930s or earlier, where there were rumors that the ghost of a murderer has been detected here, heard, in some cases seen as a mist. Andrew Tyler was his name. He was not housed in this jail. He was housed in the previous log jail. He and an accomplice, mentally challenged accomplice, back in 1847, lured a young boy away, took him to the woods, murdered him, hid the body, and then he pretended to be a medium. And he said, if you pay me, I can lead you to the boy's body. Well, of course, they figured out if he knew where the body was, he was involved in the killing. So he was hung on the courthouse square. It was quite the social event. They built a gallows outside the jail, right on the town square, surrounded it with a wooden fence. Well, a huge crowd, I mean, in the thousands, which for that time period in Bryan was a huge crowd. They tore down the fence, and so that the hanging was quite public. When they tripped the trap door for the gallows, the rope slipped and went around the man's chin, and he was suspended but not being choked, so it wasn't killing him. So they had to drag him up, restring him, do a better job of getting the rope tight, and then the second attempt was successful. They disrespected his body. It was stored in a vat, in a barrel, and would be shown to the public. One guy had a hold of it at one time and was charging like 10 cents to see the body. Eventually it disappeared, but they do say that his ghost has been seen here.
This cell right here was initially the long-term inmates. Like if you were going to be here more than 120 days, which didn't happen very often, but it would, they would put you in there. But I think in the 50s it became the drunk tank.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, because it's dark and it's all like they don't have the typical beds that they would have. They have 2 slabs in there that are raised up.
Okay.
I know voices have been heard. I personally have seen shadow figures here. Now, using ITC equipment, ghost box, various types, I have personally heard what sounded like a very intoxicated young woman. You might call her a party girl, coming through quite clearly.
So this is the upper cell block. These were the women's cells right here. There's 2 of them. Each cell would hold 2 women. There's been multiple women that have been reported up here speaking through different devices. Also, people love putting the REM pods in there because I don't know why they love the REM pods.
Okay.
And those flowers were brought by a team as a gift for these women. This is probably our most active area, which is the, I call it the segregation hallway.
Okay.
But it was not just segregation. It was separation, solitary, protective custody, a bunch of those. No windows,
Yeah,
nothing. I mean, it's the middle of the day. So, when it was lights out, or if they just wanted to punish you, they just put you in there and flip the lights off,
Those would have been people who either were dangerous because they'd committed violent crimes and they wanted to keep them separate, murderers. Child molesters would often be held in those cells for their own protection because prisoners are not terribly kind toward child molesters.
They had one guy actually that was in protective custody, the most famous case in Bryan. I don't know if you've heard about it, Emily Abernathy. She was a librarian over at the Carnegie Library, which is still there, still original.
Right.
And she just moved up from Tennessee. I think it was like 1947 was when all this happened. But there was a guy that came back from the Navy. He was a sailor, James Robert Angle, but everybody called him Jim. I guess he went to the library one day and saw her and suddenly got this crazy urge to kill her. He just wanted to kill her. Like that was it. When he confessed, that's what he said.
He apparently went down into the basement where old newspapers were stored, wanted to look at back issues. He purposely went toward closing time. When she went down to tell him it was closing and time to leave, they were the only 2 in the library. He just brutally attacked her, kicked her, stabbed her, choked her, knocked out teeth, broke facial bones. Quite vicious. He left footprints of blood leaving the building, and based on the footprints, they could see where he walked out, turned around, came back, apparently brutalized her some more, and then left.
Like, that's some serious,
rage.
Like, that he's just taking out on this innocent girl. And she was like 20s, in her early 20s, you know what I mean? She was young. But when he was arrested, he was booked here. And he actually stayed in one of these cells. And I'm not really sure exactly which cell. I haven't been able to confirm it.
He was housed in this jail awaiting trial. He was found guilty, and he ended up returning to Bryan. He was released from prison, I'm thinking back in the 1990s.
And when he came back, he was like in his 70s or 80s. He was real old.
Very strange duck. I had interactions with him. I was editor of our newspaper here, and I would deal with him. He would come in for different matters with the paper, but he really creeped out the library staff because he would stand across the road and just stare at the library.
It's freaky. It's a little creepy, man. And you always wonder, like, what was he feeling in those moments? Was he reliving it in his head, or was he feeling remorse? Was he,
Right.
You know, what was he feeling? What was going through that guy's mind as he was sitting there staring at this building for 10 minutes or more, you know? It used to freak people out, and there's people around town that remember it.
Yeah,
So,
I would imagine.
I have had my own, encounters with James doing paranormal investigations since his death.
like, I can almost feel the frustration, like, you know, just that kind of emotion that they would have in here, like they're stuck in a cell by themselves. I mean, they had their own bath, like a little toilet area, but, you know, even when you read this stuff, right here, where is it? I love my kids and my bigum man. I miss you guys. I want to go home. I want my mother. I mean, you can kind of like, you know, sense it.
Yeah, residual activity is basically, a good way to describe it is an imprint on the environment. It can be likened perhaps to an audio tape, where you will hear, say, somebody make the same trip down the stairs repeatedly, or hear the same conversation repeatedly, hear a door open or close repeatedly. Other times you can even see entities that they don't interact with you. They are there, almost like watching a videotape. They just go through their emotions, and that's it.
And so, like, I think that there's something within Bryan, like the whole town, that actually like moves between the buildings, especially the buildings that, you know, we're trying to call out to them, trying to talk to them. And I mean, people, psychics and all kinds of people have told us that this thing is like, they say it's more powerful than an elemental, and possibly even older than an elemental. And when I think about older than an elemental, that's like older than the earth.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, it makes me wonder. But I mean, when you're talking about the spiritual side, like time and space may or may not be relevant.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that doesn't necessarily, I don't know, you know, it gets real deep into that. But like we've had people attacked from this entity.
I believe that we just do not understand the science. I believe it is all very much the natural order of things. Perhaps concepts that our minds just are not capable of grasping. I liken it to ancient people looking at a rainbow. To them, it's God in action. It's something magic. We know it's just simply light being refracted through drops of moisture in the atmosphere.
We've had people have activity in here. There are reports of a little girl that runs around in here. I could not tell you why, but I mean, there are so many teams. I would say probably at least 50% of teams that come here will send me a audio clip or something. And they'll say, you know, we just got a little kid's voice. And it's weird because I don't know why I mean, obviously there's a little girl in here. Why the is there a little girl in here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My theory is that it was one of the former sheriff's daughter.
Or even possibly a victim of someone who...
And that, I mean, that's true. It could, I don't know. I mean, if women were in here, it's possible too that a woman may have given birth inside of the cell.
True.
I mean, because that happens. There's a lot of possibilities with it, but it is one of the weirder mysteries of this place is like, who's a little kid?
Yeah.
There's definitely a sense of energy. I live myself in a house that has a lot of paranormal activity and energy. There are definitely times that I feel that here. Kind of a heaviness in the air is maybe a good way to describe it. But primarily my experience has been spirits, entities that want to communicate. And when given the chance with instrumental transcommunication devices, they will take it.
All right, Dave, you ready to go upstairs and see if we can communicate with any of the spirits or energies of the former inmates that are left behind up there?
I'm more than ready.
You might think that Dave sounds a little bit weird, and that is because we're going to try an experiment. Here in the jail, one thing that was left behind was some riot gear, and he is wearing a riot helmet to see if walking in there wearing that will incite any activity. So we'll see.
Let's go try it.
Let's go try it. Tell us what cell you're in. Of course. Good timing for the train to come through town. There's lights that if you get close to them, they'll turn on. And it'll make noise. And that's how we know that you're here. You probably have seen them before. People have probably brought them in here. Is that the train?
I can't really hear.
Is that the train?
I can't really hear.
There's one in the cell in there that if you stand over by the toilet, it'll play music and let us know that you're here. Can you stand in front of it? You want to try and walk down that block, Dave?
Yeah.
See what happens?
I'm coming down. There better not be any resistance. Are you down here with me? Whoa.
What the hell was that? Where was that, man?
Right in the cell 7 right in front of me.
Oh, that was loud as f. Are you in that cell in front of Dave?
Whoa. Whoa.
What the hell was that? Where was that, man?
Right in the cell 7 right in front of me. Do I have to come in there and extract you?
Go in there and see what happens.
I'm gonna come in. Unless you push that door shut.
If you don't want him to come in, touch that thing right by his feet and make the lights light up.
All right, I'm coming in. Who made that noise in here? Can you do it again?
We're calling out to Jim Angle. Jim Angle. You stayed in one of those cells down there shortly after you killed that librarian. Jim, if you're here and you can hear my voice, can you make some of these lights light up to show us that you're here, or speak as loud as you can so that we can hear your voice? Ooh, that was creepy.
What?
Felt like something just tapped me on the shoulder right back here.
Really?
Yeah, I'm standing in this doorway and something, like it was a very strong pressure on top of my shoulder. Whether you're Jim Angle or we're also looking to talk to Andrew Tyler, we're going to be here all night long. And we're here for you to talk to and for you to tell us your story and tell us why you did the things you did. In here, if you get close to this box on the floor, there's a bunch of lights that you can light up on it. You may not be able to control what it does, but it'll react when you get close to it. And this one right here.
Whoa, the EDI just went off.
Did it really?
Yeah, it's going off right now. Good job. It's still going off.
If that's you, right beside it, there's a ball. Can you touch it and make the lights on it light up?
It's going off. It's going off pretty regularly.
Ooh, I just got static on my arm here. Are you standing next to me right now? You can use my energy. You can pull energy from my body and use it to speak to us.
I'm feeling it out here too.
Just like the static in this area just kicked up.
Mm-hmm.
Who is this? Is this Jim Angle? Still going off.
Mm-hmm. Can you try making one of the other devices go off the same way?
Is it still lighting up?
No.
Huh. Where'd you go? What if I walk out of here and give you some space to do it?
I think I'm going to take this helmet off.
Yeah, go for it.
Very hot. I'm gonna bring this down here. And if somebody wants it, they can come and get it. Oops. If you want us to let you out, the guards aren't looking, let us know. Light something up. Or knock on something. Whistle or yell out.
I heard that.
Yeah. Can you do that again? Or knock on something.
I heard that. I heard that.
Whistle or yell out.
All right. I'm going to stand right here. If there's someone here with me, if you get close to me, if you get close to this box in my right hand, you might be able to use it to speak. Whoa.
What did it say?
If you get close to this box in my right hand, you might be able to use it to speak. Whoa. Whoa. Who is this? Who am I speaking to? Say your name as loud as you can for me so I know who I'm talking to. Whoa! Did you hear that?
I heard, yeah.
What the hell was that?
I don't know.
I told it to say it as loud as it can, and that came through like someone was screaming out of it.
Yeah.
You know these doors are open. You don't have to stay in the cell anymore. It said, I might.
I heard that.
Why do you have to stay in the cell? Why don't you come out of the cell into the hallway here? Damn, it sounds like someone keeps screaming out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you come out of the cell and into the hallway, and we can have some fun tonight. We can play a game. A game where you can come find us, and you can touch us, you can slam doors. What was the name of the man who killed the librarian? Dude, did you hear that?
Yeah. We told you our names earlier. Do you remember what they were?
Whoa.
What'd that say?
Sounded like it said Ryan.
Oh, wow. We told you our names earlier. Do you remember what they were?
Whoa. Whoa.
What'd that say?
Sounded like it said Ryan. Do you know how to use this? Because Austin has been bringing stuff like this in for you to use for a while. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Huh?
Come here, come here, come here. It just got so cold out here.
Did it?
And
Ooh, I feel that, yeah.
I want to review that recorder later because I thought I heard footsteps coming from over here.
Okay.
I mean, it is like ice cold right here.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted you to corroborate that for me.
Yeah, it is colder out here, much colder.
Yeah. I thought I just heard your name come through there.
Yeah, me too. Literally, as I walked past the cell, I thought it said Bryan.
Yeah, I went, Ryan.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Are you in this cell right here? Ooh, I got a bad feeling.
Do you?
Yeah. Who called my name?
I can feel like a breeze.
What is it?
I was kind of just talking to myself, but I can feel a breeze out here.
Yeah.
Is Jim in here with us?
Whoa.
What?
It just said, I love it. I kicked the ball, but it just said, I love it. That was creepy.
That is creepy.
What do you love? It said kids.
It did?
Yes. Holy crap. I heard that loud and clear.
Is that why you're in here?
Are you in here because you loved kids? What's weird is these segregation cells would have been used for protective custody too.
Right,
For those that couldn't be in the general population.
right.
Child molesters would often be held in those cells for their own protection because prisoners are not terribly kind toward child molesters.
Is that dark energy that Austin talked about, the thing that is inhuman? Is that going to make itself known to us tonight? I'm going to turn this off in a second. Can you talk to me and tell me when that dark energy is coming?
It got real quiet.
It did. It's like all the clear voices just stopped coming through as soon as I started talking about that. That's weird.
It is.
We're getting ready to leave for abandonment. We decided we were going to leave the ghost tube set up upstairs in those solitary cells, which were also at one point the male cell blocks, where the men would have been housed, where Jim Angle would have been kept whenever he was here after killing that librarian, where a lot of people get communication with him and other spirits up there. But we have 4 cameras set up here throughout this jail to see what it'll capture when we're gone. We're going to leave for about an hour. And we have the motion sensor set up too, so we have one covering the stairs right here, and there's one over in the hallway on the other side of the holding cells, which would also been where the prisoners, where the inmates would meet with their lawyers as well. So there's a camera also up in the old sheriff's office with the Mel meter, some cat balls, and other things that'll light up. But we're gonna leave and see what happens. We're gonna come back. Maybe we'll have captured something. Maybe we won't. We'll find out. You can play with the toys. Mess with the things, do whatever you want, talk to us. Break them if you want. I don't care. We're leaving.
We're leaving!
Leave. Satan. Disfigured. Angel. Cell. Far away. Bryan.
Welcome to the former Williams County Jail and Sheriff's Department in Bryan, Ohio.
Bryan has a very high water table.
Bryan.
Whoa. Is that rolling? No.
Rolling. This is recorder inside the cell. REM pod just went off. Syncing. You like this thing right here? It's yours. We're gonna leave it here for you. You can try and touch that. Ooh. The Mel. Cool. After I saw my Michael. Whoa. Thank you. Whoa. This is Dave audio. Can you try and knock that thing off of there? You like that thing? We brought it here for you. Wow. Thank you for doing that. This is Ryan audio. The REM pod was just going off in the second session. Rolling on that. So we got rolling on thermal, rolling on night vision. We're going to be doing a thermal sweep here. That was crazy. That thing was going
absolutely insane.
Yeah. Okay, let's turn these lights off here. The handprint you see on the wall there beside Dave was from him. Right? Did you touch the wall right there?
Where?
Right beside you?
Here?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think I did.
Okay.
Are you still in here? If you are, can you try and pick that up again like you were? Like I said, we brought that here for you. There's nothing in there that can make that go off.
No. And now it's silent, and you haven't even like touched it or reset it or anything.
No. Can you show us one more time how that works? How you're able to make that go off? Well, you want to walk down this way?
Yeah.
If there's anybody in here, we set up these devices for you to use. I forgot this dead ends.
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't know. I heard it. I have a camera here that if you walk across the hallway out there, I might be able to see you. Can you stand in the doorway back there? Walk out of the cell. The door's open. Do you not like me? Every time I'm in here, you never set it off. When Dave was in here alone, you were making it go nuts. I was right in front of me. Yeah. If you want me to leave, can you give me a sign? And I'll go back up there into the office.
By the way, my name is Dave, and this is Ryan right here. And if you would like Ryan to leave, make that thing light up again like you were, if you don't want him in here. I need to change these deadlight batteries. Is that you? Whoa, did you just touch my hand?
No. I'm very far away from you.
Something literally just touched my hand. If you just touched my hand, can you go in there and set that thing off?
I heard that. Whoa, dude, that was right in front of you.
There's nothing even here.
No, it's just a doorway. It's just like a sally port. We heard you right there in front of Dave. Can you push that door closed right in front of him?
How come you quit making that go off? I'm going to move it. If you don't want it anymore, I'm going to move it.
Do you want to make a sweep up through the sheriff's quarters with this? One thing that Austin had reported was that they have a lot of people that capture little, like the voice of a child, the voice of a young girl in this office area.
That's right.
Which really doesn't make very much sense because this was an office for the sheriff's department. This would have been where they would have had briefings and things. So why there would be the spirit or the voice of a young girl? Who knows? Maybe we'll come in contact with her while we're up here.
Maybe.
If there's a little girl here, you can walk up to that chair that's in the middle of the hallway. Walk across in front of it. There'll be a box that'll play music. Or anyone else that's here is also welcome to do that. Doesn't have to be the little girl. I tell you what, downstairs right now, we have some stuff in the holding cells. You may have recognized that they were there. You may have seen the lights light up whenever you touched it. You may know how to use it already, but we would greatly appreciate it if you could use those things to speak to us. If you don't want to set off this music box, why don't you go downstairs right now and light up those lights again? All you have to do is touch it. Can you tell me what your name is? My name is Ryan and this is Dave. Can you tell us where we are? We want to talk to someone. Can you point us in the right direction of someone who will speak to us?
Did it say help me?
It sounded like someone said help me.
Sounded like a girl. Did it say help me?
It sounded like someone said help me. Who are you? Do you need help? Move closer to us so we can hear you more clearly. Can you see me? Interesting that it is so quiet, you know? Because, like you said, we got that activity that spiked when we first started this session downstairs. We haven't really gotten anything since except for that one voice that said, help me.
Right.
And whoever said that, if you did speak to us through this box and say, help me, we'd love for you to elaborate on that and tell us how we can help you. We're going to be doing more of these types of sessions here in just a few minutes. You can find us in the building and tell us what we can do to help you.
Are you about ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Yep, I am officially ready here. We are On the second floor, technically, I'm standing in the landing here of the old Williams County Jail in Bryan, Ohio. Dave is getting ready to start listening to the spirit box. We're going to perform the Estes method, and that is a sensory deprivation method that allows him to be blindfolded and to be listening to the spirit box through headphones. I'm going to ask questions, and he's going to call out the answers that he hears, which is going to allow us to rule out pareidolia because he's not going to know what I had asked. Also, we're going to record the spirit box for you to listen to and review, just like we always do, so that if we hear something or we don't hear something, you have the ability to listen to it as well and have your own experience during this Estes session. Let's see how this goes.
Sitting down. Headphones are going on now.
Headphones are going on. We have a motion sensor down in this cell, and I know for a fact that if that goes off, it's unexplained because there are no windows in that cell. So it'll go off.
It will?
Well, if it will, why don't you go set it off then for me?
Hey.
Hello, my name is Ryan. What's your name? Can you go down into the first level and walk in front of that box that's in the doorway? Set off that motion sensor since you said it will go off. Also on the steps here, there are those toys that light up. If you touch them and move them, they'll light up. You can kick them down the stairs too if you want. Can you do that for me? What's wrong?
I don't know. Do you want to switch?
Sure.
I'm just having a hard time focusing on this.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Absolutely.
or what's up. All right, guys, so we have actually switched out. Ryan is going to do the Estes session now. I was just having a difficult time trying to focus in on that tonight for some reason. And instead of compromising the Estes session, I'm going to let Ryan take over. Maybe he will have some better luck with it.
Dave. Immediately, as soon as I plugged it in, it sounded like a man said Dave.
Yes, I'm Dave. What is there something that you want? You would like to say to me? What is your name?
Why?
Well, you know my name, and I would just like to know your name. I think that's pretty fair, don't you? Jim, are you here? We heard you murdered that girl.
It's me.
Okay, Jim, if that is you.
Almost sound like a man's voice that spent my life here.
Jim, if that's you, I'm pointing and looking at a red light right over here in that doorway. If you are here, can you go and make that go off?
Okay.
Go do it. Go do it. No way. Something just went off. I don't know what it was. Jim, are you still here?
I'm sorry. Woman's voice.
Jim, why did you hurt that girl? What is that? I'm hearing alarms go
Ooh,
off.
man's voice there. Couldn't make out what it said, though. Started with a D.
Who's making these alarms go off? I'm asking questions. I want you to give Ryan the answers. Are you bad?
Hidden?
Are you a demon? The alarm is going off as soon as I ask that.
Give me a second, Dave.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second here. I appear to have somehow... Damn it, turned on the... There it goes. Okay, got it. Temperature sensor on this thing.
Oh, is that what was going off? Damn it. We had a mighty mishap with that temperature sensor.
Did we?
Yes.
Why? What happened?
I thought I was communicating with a demon.
Did you really?
I did, yeah.
How long was it beeping and going off before I realized it?
God, like maybe 10 minutes?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I accidentally turned it on. And it was in my hand, so naturally as it's my body heat is touching it, it's gonna warm it up.
Right. Because the whole time I thought it was the REM pod.
Oh, God. But I was thinking, what if, because I'm not hearing anything right here. I'm not hearing anything sitting right here. So what if we moved me back into that room where I was having the responses on the S box earlier?
Yeah, we can do that. Give it a try.
We were having much better luck with the S box earlier than we were with the PSB7, and sometimes they say certain spirit box devices can be better than others in certain situations. So we're gonna see if, because they were using this one earlier in this exact spot, if it will be easier for them to come through during this Estes method. So
We can hope. Okay.
okay,
You ready?
and I am good to go.
Okay. All right. So we're going to try this again. If there are any spirits in here and you can hear me speaking, I'm going to ask you a few questions. And my friend Ryan is right down the hall here in cell number 7. He has some headphones on, and he'll be able to hear your answers.
Get them.
And you don't have to if you don't want to. Nobody wants to force you into doing something you don't want to do.
Sound like a man just said, help me.
What do you need help with? We heard that Whoa. The REM pod just blipped. Scared me. Is that you right there? Can you try and touch that again?
Will you? Ooh, something's touching my leg. Man,
Dude,
that
for
freaked
real?
me out.
Huh?
Something's touching my leg in here.
That's so weird.
Felt like something was trying to grab my calf. Ooh.
Are you in there with Ryan?
What do you want?
We just want to talk to you. Is that okay?
Hell yeah.
You're pretty excited about that, aren't you?
That's mine.
What is yours? Try and make that go off again.
Right behind you.
What was it that you did to be in here?
Same voice just said something else and I couldn't make it out.
Can you please repeat yourself to Ryan? Did you do something really bad to get put in here? Are you guilty or are you innocent?
It's so weird, all the voices just kind of stopped. I feel like we need to do one last thing. There's something going on up here. You know what I mean?
What do you want to do?
What if I move this camera out here for just a second? I run downstairs really fast. I leave you up here by yourself. While I run downstairs, I want to assemble the SLS camera and come up here and we do a sweep through these cells and see if there's anything that pops up that we can see.
Okay.
Just for a couple minutes. I'll be quick about assembling it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I'll be right back with the SLS camera.
Mm-hmm. I'm timing you.
Okay.
I know how long it takes to put that together.
I'll be quick. It's very weird. Ever since we acknowledged that I was going to get this camera, acknowledged there was something weird going on, it's just stopped.
Yeah.
Which it's been that way all night. It like comes and goes in waves.
Agreed. Yeah.
Something will happen and then it'll go silent. We won't get anything else. And a couple hours later, something is going to happen. Something happens again, makes us feel like we're getting some activity, like a spike, and then it just gone.
Yeah. Very peculiar.
Yeah, and really, at this point, it's getting late in the night. We already have passed up the point in time that we had actually said we'd be out of here. What?
Just check your watchless arm.
What do you know? It's 1/2 Freckle. But we want to thank you guys for watching all the way to the end of the video. It helps more than you know. If you'd like to support us on our paranormal quest, hit that like button and share the video with your friends and family. That's all the support that we ask for or need. But if you want to support us additionally, we do have a Patreon page, or you can become a member of our YouTube channel. And remember, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, because we're going to be heading to some of the most haunted places in the world, and we want to bring all of you along on our paranormal quest. Until next time, stay safe, everyone. We'll see you on our next adventure. Bye. Did you cut on that already?
I did, yeah, I cut on everything.
Yep, there it goes.
There it goes.
Here, hold on. It's not in it yet.
No.
Are you touching that right there? Can you touch it again for us so we can see that you're here?